Hey guys, welcome to Nay and Bubbles Gaming World. I'm Bubbles. Nay's over there leveling. Is that your DK?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is episode 9, I think. Yes. Okay. So we have went to BC, which is known as Burning Crusade, because I don't want to do Red Ridge anymore, and I didn't want to do all of Vanilla because I actually want to be able to give y'all an experience for people who haven't played all of them throughout the 16 years. So this is a little taste of Burning Crusade, which is their first expansion from being the regular WoW. And so at Red Ridge, I hit 21 and I got my fast riding. I also got, you know, the professions, which I got urban mining on purpose because when you, excuse me, when you pluck one or mine it, you get experience, which helps you level. And from the dark portal, whoa, let's turn it down a little. He's very loud. From the dark portal, you talk to a dwarf that takes you to Honor Hold, and then this is where I am and doing this. Oh, and have you ever just jumped off something on a flying mount, forget you can't fly? Totally just did that off the Mage Tower. Almost died. Let's see. Oh, and to get to any of these, okay, I totally forgot to mention that. You go for Horde, I think it's, yeah, in Orgrimmar. Alliance is in Stormwind. You talk to the Hourglass, which is Chromie, and you pick these. So mine was Portal to Outland. And then if people are looking to go back to do vanilla stuff when they're like level 60, let's say, you need to click Kata, and that's the only way to do vanilla dungeons is by clicking Kata, because Kata, yes, it's an expansion, but it is inside the vanilla area. It's not its own little area like how, you know, all this is. We don't have a thing like that. It's literally inside each of the Azeroth and Eastern Kingdoms, because I couldn't find it forever on my mage and I was so mad. My others. But yeah, okay, so today's question, straight off the bat, let's do today's question. Today's question is a 3-set, sort of. It's, what is your favorite book, how many times have you read it, and why is it your favorite? I thought of this last night specifically because I was reading, not my favorite, but there's a story behind it. So,
have a good one.
My favorite is The Confessions of Catherine de Medici by C.W. I think it's pronounced Gortner. It's an awkward name for you. But I've read this book more times than I can count. Yeah. So a long time ago, I stopped reading. Like, a lot of people stop reading. It's just not that it makes them tired or whatever. But I was looking at the young adult section in my local library, and I came across a book called Poison. And I thought it was about, you know, I don't know, just like poisons or whatever, you know, it's just some kind of weird vampire type book or whatever. And it was from Sarah Poole, Poole. And I just like, whatever. So I, you know, got it and left the library. And I'm reading it, and I actually find out that it is about Borgia and Osha. Why is he an elite? Why? Why are they elites? These aren't supposed to be elites. I mean, I could probably take him, but oh my god, it scared the crap out of me. You want to try? Let's try. Let's try this real quick. I should have put that on first. Nope, you can stay there. Alright, we're good. We're good. I don't think I'm gonna... Oh, he stunned me. I spoke too soon. No! I gotta run. I gotta run. Oh, that went far. I went really far there. Did you see that, guys? Ha! Ha! 20% health. Why is there an elite here? I have never... And you sitting up over there just staring. Okay, that scared the crap out of me. That's like when a Bell Reaver comes by. So horrible. Oh, we're on different food now. Yay. So, yeah, so it's about Borgia and his poisoner. I think the character Donna Francesca, which is actually Francesca Goriano, is not she's a straight, not fictional character, but Borgia is a real person. So that intrigued me to redo my research and um other things. Once I was researching it, you know how like the internet is the internet, it knows what you've looked up, so it started to show up books similar to that era, which is the Renaissance, and then Netflix shows started to show up. Hey, you might like this, you know, movies and shows. So I actually really got in to that whole era, and I fell in love. I was hooked. Nothing was like it. Anything I watched, it was taken out of your own reality into some other place. And it's like, if I could choose an era, I would choose that. Even though it was hard for women back then. But so then I finally came across Catherine de Medici, and her, how do I, in her whole line. See, some people say Medici or Medici, doesn't matter. Depends on where you're from. And I guess her story, how she was treated and who and how she became queen, was most satisfying to me. And, you know, then I can't, there's a show, oh gosh, I don't remember what it's called, but I know it has to do with the Medici line. And it's got the guy that played one of the sons from GOT, which is Game of Thrones. So I knew him. I knew how his character played out, and yeah, it was really good. And then Reign, Reign, actually has Dr. DeLuca from Grey's Anatomy. I'm sorry if you don't like that I say the character's name instead of the actor's name, because heck if I can remember all that crap. But yeah, so you can, it's just my favorite era, is all about that. And I think it was because, I don't know, it's just so much more beautifuler, this architect and all, just all of it. And I really, really, really wish I can go there. And apparently, after doing some of my research, that we come from royals through the church line, which is a descendant from King Henry VIII. And I was like, whoa. And that man, if y'all don't know his story, that's, yes. It was all about your faith back then, you know, between the two religions. And I'm just like, how it is today from how it was then. I'm so glad that people fought for those things. Because, I mean, we have as many religions as there are a variety of potato chips. And it's not just the simple ones that we know here in the U.S. I mean, there are so many that we don't even know about. Why won't you go down? A stupid keyboard. Y'all know me. I'm not replacing it. This is my favorite keyboard. But, yeah, so that's, yeah. They paved the way for different ways to, I don't know, worship or whatever. I don't know. Personally, me, I'm nothing, but I'm everything. It's kind of hard to explain. And it's not, everybody's like, well, you're this thing because of that. No, I'm literally nothing but everything, because everyone's correct. That's what I firmly believe. So, yeah, Catherine de Medici and her line, and the stuff she did was so horrible. And all the stories about Nostradamus, it's too funny. Like, I mean, okay, maybe back then, even further beyond, before the Renaissance times, that we were so in tune with the earth, excuse me, that we were very connected, that stuff like that did happen to people, visions and this and that. But today's society, no, there's no way. I mean, we rely so much on not Earth, even though we live here, that there's no way we're connected to it like we used to. I mean, there are people, those shoes that are like socks, and you can walk around almost like barefoot and nothing hurts you or your bottom of your foot. And I'm like, yeah, what about the top? I should figure that one out. All right. We need to go. So yeah, BC. Amazing. Can't fly yet. Nate told me I think it's like 30. So we'll see. Now, my horde, for those who follow both, the horde one, oh look, see, there's a Fel Reaver. I squirreled. You can't see him. My stuff is low. Sorry. Horde is going to actually continue into the Hillsbrad foothills, specifically because, like I said, I want to follow the Sylvanas thing, the chain, and find out how and why she became what she did today. I'm going to try to figure out what's after that so I can still follow her thing, because I know there's a big chunk of it in BFA. I actually was recording it. I accidentally recorded it with no sound, so I just stopped and didn't care about it. So the Horde Tomb will most likely, both of them will, just because there's a different side to it about what happens come BFA. And I think it's the campaign, I'm not sure. Oh, I got a T-Mog quiz. That's fugly. Yeah. Ernest. I sound like Ernest when I do that. I'm thirsty. Alright, let's... yeah.
I have just the thing, Wanderer. Many deals for a friend of the Grumbles. Like you.
Yeah, so let's see. Sylvan, okay, yeah. Sorry, this is really funny. I actually have a script today. I wrote a script just so I can remember what to talk about. It's kind of weird because I've actually watched some of my favorite YouTubers. They were talking about their script and so on, and I was like, why do you need a script? You just talk. And I'm like, yeah, sometimes you forget or you kind of just get silent because you're recording, but you're also doing something, so you kind of forget that you know, you're in front of a camera and you gotta talk to people. So they're not just staring at your face for no reason. Which, not my face, but the game. So, yeah, let's see. Okay, yeah, so that was pretty much that. So, now, it's funny about the book Poison with Borgia, because if you look at the cover of Poison,
hello,
but then you look at her next two books,
safe
the next
travels.
two, the covers are different from what she originally was going to have them be, because I think that whole book was not so much about that it was Renaissance and then it was Borgia. It was about being a poisoner in that time. And she talks about all the herbs that they could use that are poisonous, and I didn't even know some of them. So, and we've actually incorporated some of those in our games that we're making. But it's funny because the cover, it seems like it goes to that. And then her book, I really wonder if she had to, not rewrite, but change some stuff in the second one. Because the role that Donna Francesca was going to where she ended up in book 2 was a little like, did the writer say, hey, I want you to more focus on this instead of this? And that's the only thing I can't stand about, I guess, the publisher companies or whatever that do that. Because that's like HP. When HP was written, I mean, she told people that she wrote on napkins from a diner to toilet paper while going to the bathroom. I mean, all kinds of stuff. Ooh, an herb. I got it. Okay, let's kill these. Hey, yeah. Oh, hi, Mr. Infernal. So, when your publisher's like, okay, well, we like it and we love it, but we just want you to kind of take it in this direction. It's like, either you like it is, or you don't want to publish my book. So, make up your mind. But to make somebody change it, I think it's kind of Because, see, I have a couple of books. None of them are finished. Well, my short stories are finished, but my actual novels aren't. Just like I said, because of something stupid, can't figure out how one of them to escape and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I wouldn't want them to say, you need to take in this direction. I I can't do that. So if I have to work on publishing them myself with no help from a publisher, then I will, because I don't want. Yeah, I mean, I don't think she changed anything in HB. Like, she refused to. Which, if you can tell, that was a good thing. Could you imagine the direction if Harry Potter was changed? Where it would have gone? Like, yes, we do see that it goes a little darker towards the end, and the book grows with the person. So if you're a child coming, you know, 12, 13 years old, and then you're growing with the Harry Potter because of when they came out. Not the books, but the movies, which is still an okay thing. It's okay. But to have a, let's say, a 4-year-old watch all of them. I mean, great if your kid understands horror and they're not scared and they're not going to have nightmares and this and that. Like, our toddler, we're trying to figure out. He's watched the first and second one, I think. But he hasn't gotten to the full second one or the third one. I really can't remember. And it's just because it got just a little too dark, and I'm just like, I don't want to give him nightmares. So, that all depends on your own preference. And for that matter, I guess I say, like, young adult books, I think I read them more than the others because they're the way they're written, the novel part of it. Like, I have, like, I'm drawing blanks on how many Renaissance style books I have or anything of that time. I mean, even from the Harlequin books I have to actual books. Not that it's not a book. Oh gosh. I just read, you know, like, okay, so before I went to Poison, which I'm now reading, just because, like, this sounds so horrible. I can't find Catherine's book. It was about the fifth wife of Henry VIII, the unfaithful wife, I think it was called. So, you know, you see where, and I have the Tudor season. I have got most of got because, you know, I didn't buy the entire. Oh, I'm gonna have to fight my way through. So we gotta go burn those. Yeah, okay. And I have the White Queen. I've read that from, I can't remember her name. Something Felipe. Oh, I can't remember. There's like the White Queen, the Red Queen, the Spanish Queen, all of that. Like, I read all of that. And I have estimate. I have tons of books. Tons. Are you gonna cover your ear or not, dude? Oh, this is gonna be bad. Ooh, run away. I do not want to pull all that. I'm not that good yet. Oh, I didn't start my timer again. I am such a failure. So we're gonna hurry up and finish this and then go over there. Alright. I need to make sure I don't miss any. I've done that and I had to walk all the way back. And that's a worm. Worm. The way they die. So, for those who play Classic and actually know anything about the BC version of the Classic, sounds weird, is coming out. I heard they were doing some more surveys, so that's exciting. Is that when the Isle of Keldon opened? Burning Crusade, yeah.
But it's toward the end of the expansion.
Yeah, but that's where they had the dailies. So that right there, I love that area. I don't know why I thought that was Wrath.
I'll be power leveling people soon before a lot of copy characters is over.
Yeah, we don't know any of that yet, any of that information. So I'm not saying I know this because I don't. So I'll guessing. Like, if you're allowed to copy characters, some people are saying they said they wanted it a whole new one where you start from scratch. Wanted to copy, wanted it to be continued. The what?
One of the new survey questions was, do you want from classic to upgrade to BC and make people
That
far back.
that wasn't very powerful because there are people who strictly like classic. I know I've seen a person who has not leveled their account past classic, and that's why they still have all of that stuff when it came out. They could actually play it because it was through, yeah. So I don't, if they continue, that's not going to be very good, because then what's the point? It's just like you're doing it right now. Why do that? It needs to be a completely separate thing. Copy? Yes, but it needs to be a separate thing. All right, we're not putting those on because we have the heirlooms. Let's go ahead.
I have many wares.
Wares. For now, we are just going to sell all of my herbs because nothing I can really do about it. But yes, so today's main discussion was about books. It's like, you play video games and you read a book. You know, oh my gosh. I'd actually stopped reading when I was writing because I noticed that my writing was changing from what I was reading. So, and I paused my writing for a little bit just so I wanted to read a little. And I literally can walk around holding a book while reading. You know how people, it's like that with your cell phone. I can do that with a book. And I prefer a book in my hand instead of, you know, a tablet or whatever. Even though I would love to have some of the books that I do have.
King's Honor.
Book form, I would love to have on that, but I'm not going to spend an extra $20 each book just because, like, if it's like at night and I don't want to have the light on to read the book or whatever, hold it, the iPad, yeah, it's so much easier. Report. Okay, so we're going to well, we can go over there real quick just because I want to set off next episode. So yeah, question of the day. What is your favorite book? How many times have you read it? And why is it your favorite? Mine is The Confessions of Catherine de Medici. And for those who have watched Reign, R-E-I-G-N, on Netflix, that's the Catherine I speak of. So, and that is a little bit more fanical than what really happened to her, but you still get the gist. Because that part in there is a little bit later when Mary, Queen of Scots, Mary Stuart, actually came to her, but there was actually some other stuff that happened prior, even before that. Like, the book I read actually kind of doesn't talk about when Mary came to her often. It was just like a short part of it, and it jumped. And that's just because, I mean, it's a book. You can't tell the entire life. And of course, it's fiction, but the characters are real. Like, apparently Sebastian from Reign is a fictional character, and so are two of her ladies, Kenna and I think Greer. And then apparently the Lola never actually got pregnant, but it's, you know, I mean, come on, movies have to be all like, and make you be sucked in compared to books. So we're going to end that here. When we come back, we'll go ahead and do this. What happens is at level, I don't know, somewhere between like 25 and 30, I'll go to, what's next? Okay, I should have came at BC at 10 so that you can experience all the different expansions. So we're just gonna have to throw that in there and just kind of a little bit so you can see it and all of that stuff. But you guys have a lovely day. Bye.